Hey there, welcome to Create to Remember. I'm Heidi Swapp, and today I'm going to teach you how to create a really fun resist technique using your stamps, an embossing powder, and a heat gun. So you may have found that if you have purchased one of my wood albums, that in it are a whole bunch of just plain white paper. Now this is a little too plain for me, so every time that I buy, and I will tell you, I have had to buy this stuff. When I get these wood albums, I like to put all kinds of crazy stuff in there. I like to add cards. I like to add memory files. I like to really make them interesting. In fact, this wood album that I have put cutouts, little mini books, and I even totally took apart a book and added these cool kind of vintagey looking pages to this wooden album. And so you really want to do something unique. Well, the interesting thing about the pages that come in the wood album is that the paper works really great with the color shine. Some of the paper that you may want to spray with the color shine really kind of warps and it's harder to work with. But this paper works really well with the color shine, so that's kind of a bonus. Now, I do have just a little bit of a backstory. At Michael's, there is an 8x8 paper pack, and in it is a confetti paper. And so you can see it right here. This card has been made by one of my media team members, Jamie Pate, and she created this card using the confetti paper. Well, we're all totally wishing that we could hoard the confetti paper because it's so awesome, and you only get 2 in a pack. And I keep thinking to myself, why didn't I do a whole pack of confetti paper? Because it is that awesome. But you know, really, if I got thinking about it, I thought, I think that I could make my own confetti paper. So let me just show you what I did to kind of get that same confetti look, but do it as many times as I wanted. So here's what I did. I took some embossing ink, and I'm using the Distress Embossing Ink by Ranger, and just a pencil with an eraser. So what I'm doing is just taking the embossing ink and pressing the little dots onto the paper. Now you don't want to let it sit too long, and I'm using like an ultra fine embossing powder in this case, and then I'm just going to dump it back in. I'm not doing a very good job of that, but I also just want to show you another technique where I'm just going to take one of my stamps and I'm going to really get plenty of embossing ink on it, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp that right onto my paper as well and sprinkle the embossing powder over it. All right, I'm not going to try to dump it all back in because I clearly just made a huge mess. All right, now I'm going to set this powder aside, and here I have and it's going to be hard to see, but you can see this little image where the stamp is, and also some of my little confettis. And you'll probably want to do more confettis than just that, but that'll get you started. That'll show you, give you an idea of what I'm talking about. So in order to create this cool resist pattern, we're going to have to use a heat tool to melt the embossing powder so that it will resist the color shine. It just takes a minute, and once you see the powder starts to melt, then just kind of keep an eye, make sure that every little bit of the powder gets melted. All right, and you're going to want to do that in the stamping area and also up here with all of our little confetti dots. It just takes a few minutes. And kind of once one of them goes, they all go. And you'll be able to see it. All right, now what's going to happen is as I add color shine to this page, we're going to be able to see that this little confetti look will pop out. All right. Sorry, everybody, I just made a huge mess, but that was bugging me. Okay. I'm never afraid to sweep stuff onto the floor. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use a little bit of this mustard color shine And I think even some pink would be fun. All right, now you can see that my page is kind of curling up, and that's because we're putting color spray on one side and the other side now wants some. And because we are doing this in a mini book, it is a good idea to go ahead and spray both sides. So we kind of let it sit for a minute, wipe off the excess, which isn't much, and then we'll turn it over and go ahead and spray the back. And you could even create resist areas in the back as well. So it's nice to be able to have both sides colored because the paper will lie flatter. All right, now as you look at it, it's going to look a little bit blotchy, but as it dries, it's going to smooth out, and you're really going to be able to see those resist areas come out, and it makes for really fun pages inside your mini books. So it may just take you a few minutes to get it nice and dry, and if there's any curling, then you can always kind of bend it back the other way. For the most part, you're going to see it dry really nice and flat when you put color on both sides. And once you get it into your album, it will really lay flat. So this is a great way, like I said, to create your very own confetti paper in your very own colors for your very own albums. And that is very pretty stuff.